Hello, this is Bud. This is the third in the series on connected lines and how we can make them, how we can convert separate lines and splines into one connected line figure. The lesson was made April 23rd, 2012. This member states that he knows he's got separate lines and he's not able to make four figures look exactly the way he wants. Some of them are sized a little differently, and he needs a better way of doing it. And what we're going to do is see if we can help him accomplish that. Okay, here's his MPC, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to eliminate a lot of things. We're going to leave this one figure and get rid of a lot of the other things that are on here. So we're down at the bottom of the page. I'm just going to hold down Control and click on things. Some of which he may place back in on his own, but in the meantime, we're just going to get rid of what we don't need. This little rectangle, I understand what he's doing, but I'm going to get rid of it anyway. That one we're going to leave. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've gotten rid of a lot of things that just makes this thing busy, and we're going to concentrate on this particular portion. What we have here is a series of lines. I'd like to make this thing bigger so I can see what's going on here. I'm holding down Control and picking on the various sections. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to view, and I'm going to toggle non-endpoints so that I can see where these points are. I'll make this thing a little bigger so that we can see what's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, we can see a lot of labels on here, so I'm going to view it. I'm going to turn off the labels, toggle labels, and that gives me an easier view of these connected lines or unconnected lines. Now I'm going to go to the line tool and click on connected lines. I'm going to set here on the red dot. It glows. I'm going to click, come over to the next red dot and click. I'll come over here, have come back to my connected line tool. It glows, and do that. Now, connected line tool, glows, and it glows. Each time it glows, I click. And now I have one complete figure. Now he has a special section in here where he's got a gradient that needs to be on each of these pieces. He's got 4 of them, and 2 of them mesh to make a front and back to whatever this is. Looks like some sort of a cutter for for an envelope cutter or something of that nature. I think I have a frog in my voice. Be right back. So now for my sanity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that slope, as he calls it, and I'm going to highlight my connected line figure, and I'm going to move it to the left slightly. And keep it within this upper left-hand quadrant. And now that I have that, I'm going to go to Layout, and I'm going to mirror all. And it's going to take a while because of all the work it has to do. So you have to be patient and let it do its work. It's still doing it. I'm going to pause. And it's finished. And we have the four pieces, the left and the right, will go together back to back to make whatever it is it wants. The taper on the slope is exactly the same on each one. Comes out to where this point is the thinnest point, and it just tapers up to about this area, and that's on an angle in that respect. But they are all the same size. So now if I highlight just the closed figure, I can see it's a 7.207. That's the length from left to right. And I apply the cutout. If I want to do it in multiple passes, I can do that. Let's say a point 2. Why did I go? Let me go over here. And I'll apply that to each one and accept it. There. And they're all 7.207. And I think we have what the gentleman wants. So that is just basically a quick and dirty on how we do connected lines. And you saw where I enlarged the figure in order to be able to get a better view, and all I'm doing is rolling the mouse wheel to make it larger so that I could have a little more sanity as I worked with my original piece and applied the connected lines without skewing any of his figure. But that basically is part 3 on connected lines. I hope that helps.